Hi, so these are the kind of brand new Nothing Headphone 1, the very first over-ear headphones from London-based Nothing. And Nothing is, well, since forever known for their bold design language more than anything. Also, of course, decent performing devices. This time here, though, they have ventured into a basically completely new and also very tough market. So are the new Headphone 1 over-ear headphones actually worth the price tag of around $300? Let's start with the design, and well, it's nothing. It's transparent, it's retro-futuristic, and there definitely will be a deal breaker for many people. Personally, though, I think they do look a bit cool. My girlfriend, though, did not. She absolutely hated the design, but what does she know? If you're watching this, I love you, honey. Material-wise, however, there is no arguing that the matte plastic and aluminum in the ear cups does give the headphones a premium feel. I've tested the lighter version, but they also come in a darker variant if you don't want to stand out as much. As for comfort, these are really nice, and I'd say Nothing actually nailed it here. The ear cups are soft, roomy, and sit just right on my bald head. Even after hours of use, they still provide good comfort, which is really impressive, especially for a first-gen product at that. The only real thing that would have been a bit nicer with the design here is if they also folded inwards to make traveling with them a bit easier. But at least they do come in a nice fabric case that also has a zipper that works every time. Look at that, Sonos. It can be done. Looking at controllability, Nothing has done the only right thing and gone physical. They've even added a two-stage on-off slider button, which in my opinion is fantastic. For controlling, we get a scroll wheel button up the top for volume and playback control, a paddle for skipping and, drumroll, fast forwarding and rewinding, as well as a customizable button to be used, for example, flipping between EQ modes or activating your preferred voice assistant. And there's even a dedicated pairing button, so nothing to complain at here at all, really. Reachability for all the controls are also good once you get used to putting your whole hand on the right ear cup like so. So what about the sound then? Well, it's good, however, out of the box, it's definitely not $300 good. Whilst being clean, fairly detailed, and decently bassy, the sound does lack that big immersive feel I hoped these would deliver. And the wider soundstage you get from, for example, the similarly priced Sony XM5, you just won't find here. And even though the sound has been tuned in collaboration with Kef, whose egg speakers I once proudly picked in front of the mega tower ones available in my early adult years, I can't really get over the fact that the sound of the Headphone 1 is a little boring, perhaps compressed. It feels like it wants to spread out more, but it just can't. Luckily, though, there is a fantastic EQ available in the Nothing app that does make the situation a fair bit better. However, to actually get to that a little bit nicer sound took me a long time, and is definitely not something normal users would do, nor should they have to do. And even with the EQ, I do still lack that vastness in the sound that I just can't seem to get here. Like I said, though, the sound is not bad at all, but for $300 and with Kef in the background, I would have wanted and expected a little bit more. That said, and continuing, the Nothing X app experience used to control everything is though solid, just like with the company's previous headphones. It's quick and easy to use. Also neat here is that the EQ settings you make get saved in the headphones, making them able to continue using the same profile whilst being connected to a device that does not support the Nothing app. With the Headphone 1, we also get decently solid ANC with 4 levels, a passable but not Sonos Ace good transparency mode, support for LDAC and USB-C audio, plus Bluetooth multipoint and spatial audio. So no lack of functionality there either. Battery life is also totally fair, up to 80 hours without ANC, or quite a lot lower though, 35 hours with it turned on. A 5-minute quick charge also gives you 5 more hours of playtime, which is great. So bottom line here, the Nothing Headphone 1 gets a lot of things right, especially the comfort is fantastic. The built-in features and controllability are also well thought out and well functioning. The only thing that really keeps me from loving these ones is actually the somewhat too narrow soundstage in combination with the price tag. Like mentioned, the sound isn't bad, and befriending the EQ makes it even better, but the competition in the over-ear segment is tough, and there are better sounding headphones both in the $300 category and somewhat below it. However, I do feel fairly confident saying that none of those headphones design-wise stands out quite as much as the Nothing Headphone 1 does, and like previously mentioned, personally they also sit really well. Then, however, if that motivates you enough to buy them despite the sound leaving some room for improvement, is probably up to each and every one to answer. Alright, those are my thoughts on the Nothing Headphone 1. Please share any of your thoughts or questions in the comments below, and I'll do my best to answer them. Thank you for watching. Bye!